I saw a moment of emotion from you, which I thought was pretty significant.
Well, it's about my father. I mean, he was supposed to be our father and be there, and he wasn't.
So what just happened when your sister was reminding you of that, and she was talking about your daughter?
About not having a good, strong father in the family.
Did your dad have chickens?
No, he had something else.
Which was?
Alcohol.
And if we look at these things, they can play similar roles.
That's true.
Look at your daughter. What do you see her? What do you see going on?
Well, she's very upset.
Why do you think she's upset?
She thinks that the chickens come between her and me.
Did you ever feel that way with your father and alcohol?
Well, yes, definitely.
What do you think she is feeling?
She thinks I'm crazy because I feel so strongly for the chickens.
Carmel, tell your dad what you're feeling.
I've never seen you cry.
It's because I don't. Just when I think about my father, I don't. It just was so difficult to have a family with an alcoholic father. I don't know if you ever saw that in your grandfather.
No.
Well, your aunts did.
No.
It was so bad.
This family seems to be stuck emotionally, and my hopes is I can create a safe atmosphere where we can talk about these things freely and hopefully get them unstuck. Do you want to share that?
That's when I lost my son. And naturally I wasn't dealing with it well. And I knew he was never going to be there for me.
Kind of look at him now and tell him what you needed from him?
He knew it. He knew I needed him to be there. I just wasn't.
And I was there, night after night after night, listening to you cry, holding you. I don't know what else be there you wanted.
Oh, did you have a name for it?
Devin?
Devin. Yeah. How far along was Devin?
7 months.
7 months, yeah. Do you think that was hard for him?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Was it a loss for you?
Yes. Don't you think it was hurting me, knowing that you were hurting and I couldn't do anything about it?
Are you still there for her?
I'm still here, still trying.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you can let go of that. Otherwise, he's not going to be let back in. Do you, and what you're also telling me is you think that's kind of played a factor in how we got here?
I know. I kind of shut down there for a while.
There's neglect. There's neglect in these relationships. There's neglect with some of these animals. There's neglect to your property. There's neglect to your finances. Do you see that? And I know it's hard to let go. But it's an important part of being emotionally healthy. We all have to learn to let go of things. Because you don't want to end up back here, because you're not close to him and you're looking at animals and getting caught up in all this other stuff that you neglect your relationship. You want to get your needs met from your loved ones. And this is when all the animal hoarding started.
Yeah.
I think she has a acute sensitivity to any other wounded soul. And she's dealt with this by going out and trying to rescue abused and mistreated animals. I think as you're trying to rescue these dogs, there's a part of you that wants to rescue what?
Me. Give myself comfort.
You're trying to rescue your own self and your own wounded self. But you do realize if you continue to collect animals and hoard animals, You're keeping that trauma alive.
Yeah, let it go.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I see the person that's inside and fall in love with that person that's inside without even knowing any of the other stuff, but it's important to you to deal with it.
You know, the only way to really put this in the rearview mirror, all this trauma stuff, is for you to connect the dots and realize what you're really doing here.
With the animals, it just consumes me.
Right.
I mean, it consumes me.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jen initially asked for help because her mom was so preoccupied with these birds, it's interfered with the relationship. Good to see you. Come on in. See you. The birds have become kind of a conduit or a manifestation of a deeper problem within her relationship with her daughter. Cynthia needs to learn to let go of some of these birds so that she can free herself up to have more deep and meaningful relationships with her daughter. We got to grow out of this parent-child thing, and we have to listen without those defenses going up when we feel vulnerable. When we feel some of those feelings that we never probably ever want to feel again, instead of just reacting, saying, hey, I'm getting triggered right now. And what just came up with you?
I'm not sure. Just
Because as you said, you're vulnerable. And you care.
One of the most common things I've seen with people that hoard animals is that they have difficulty letting go of control. They have difficulty with being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times, again, they like these person-animal relationships because they're a little bit different than people-people relationships. Mm-hmm. They're not as vulnerable. They're more in control. I want you to be able to do this.
Okay.
Hey, pup. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hi, Dad.
Hey, baby.
I want you to meet Dr. Corey. Corey, this is my dad, Matt.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Matthew.
Same here.
How are you? The family has asked for help because Matthew's got himself in a situation where he's at risk legally, medically, financially, in all sorts of ways. And the family wants to see their dad get out of this problem.
Hey, kids. Hi, babies.
Hey. Wow, tight quarters here, huh?
Well, yeah, I kind of collect a lot.
Who are these two?
They're two of my little mangy dogs. They're my
Hyde doesn't
special
look
needs
too
dogs.
healthy there. And what's best for the animals. I know how much you love those dogs, but I saw some dogs that are in bad shape today. And I don't think you're a malicious person. You know, you have a big heart. We have to start getting that empathy and seeing what their needs, what's really best for them. We can get a mobile veterinary unit out there tomorrow to treat these dogs. Hi, Patty.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm Dr. Corey Gonzales.
Of course, we've got some of our dogs pinned up. We got 2 over here. We got 2 on chains.
And how many horses do you have?
We have 3, but we also bring our neighbors over.
Okay.
Which makes 4.
My initial assessment of JD and Patty was that Patty was not feeling heard or understood, was feeling cut off from JD. When people turn to animals for their attachment and emotional needs, the partner often feels cut off and pushed away. Sometimes these compulsive behaviors are a lot like addiction, where you have the insight to what you're doing is wrong, but you still can't control the compulsion to do it. First of all, underneath all anger is pain.
Yeah.
And it's important that we understand underneath not just what people present, but what's underneath and what's going on with them. And JD, if I had to ask you, what is going on underneath, Patty's anger? What do you think her pain is about? What would you say? JD, in a relationship, you don't want to draw too many lines in the sand.